Don't need that anymore. Told you I was going to film this right after I filmed the last one. So let's talk. I mean, I feel like this should be a wine story time, but I think it's still technically a little too early for wine. So what time is it?
It's 4:34 p.m.
It's 4:30. I'm gonna go get wine. I'll be right back. Let's talk about my YouTube channel. So for many years now, I have uploaded weekly on my YouTube channel. That stopped this year for many reasons, most of which all boils down to my desire to do it went away. My desire to make videos didn't necessarily go away because I still make TikToks pretty much every day. I did take a decent break from that too at one point this year. But as I kind of alluded to it in my previous video last week, a lot of it had to do with the fact that I burned myself out this year in 2022. I burned myself out because after Cosmo died, I continued to make videos weekly, thinking I could do it, thinking that that was not going to destroy my entire soul. Turns out it did. And the big reason for that was mostly just because of the fact that I was either working, making a YouTube video, or in bed crying or sleeping. So my entire life fell apart on December 27th of 2021. And I didn't put it back together until nearly April of 2022. So I spent many months burrowing myself into work, whether that be my creative work or my real work, my bill-paying job. And that created a massive burnout where the idea of even just editing a video sent me into a panic spiral, and I realized I needed to take a break. And so I did. Weekly videos, at the end of the day, weekly videos just isn't sustainable for me with my current life the way it is. It was one thing to make weekly videos when I worked part-time. When I first got back into doing YouTube, after I got my desktop, I was doing real estate, which I got to make my own schedule to do. And then I was doing a part-time job that I worked Monday through Thursday doing. And I only worked until 2 p.m. from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think it was. And I found myself being able to have the energy to do that. I now work 40 to 50 hours a week with my current job, and I just wanted to prioritize other forms of creativity since I was kind of going through some stuff. I mean, aside from the burnout that existed, I also was looking at it from the perspective of, like I kind of talked about in my video last week, I started to realize that there were some aspects about doing this kind of thing, specifically acting, which I tend to also do in my YouTube videos when I'm up against my wall. I think I've talked about that before. When I'm up against my wall, I'm putting on kind of a caricature of myself, just bigger and more, where I'm sitting here drinking wine or whatever. I think just sitting on this couch gives me that this is more who I am on a regular basis. So I was trying to reevaluate what acting meant to me, and still am. That's why I'm taking a complete hiatus from acting altogether. I'm not even going to audition for a damn thing until I figure out what I want out of my life with it, where that fits in my life, how that fits into my life, and who I am outside of that. Because it has been my entire identity since I was 13 years old. And I am currently 36. So there's that. So for some reason, YouTube also got mixed into that. Like, who am I outside of this thing? Because again, YouTube has been my identity, part of my identity, a big portion of my identity since 2010. When I did my vlogging every day in 2010 project, it has become a huge part of my identity that really came to a head in 2012 when I was receiving daily death threats because I had the audacity to have an opinion about anime on the internet. how dare I have an opinion, an unpopular opinion at that. I still will always call you guys on your shit, the ones that still follow me, just to hate me, for being such a hateful sons of bitches as you are, for giving me death threats on a daily basis because I didn't like an anime that you like. Because that was a personal attack on you. If you didn't know, 100%, absolutely personal attack on you. I'm kidding. That's when I stopped having YouTube be such a huge part of my identity, but I found it becoming my identity again when I started doing weekly YouTube videos again, and especially as I kind of let go of the anime past and started to embrace this Sentai slash, well, Toku really, this Toku slash Power Rangers identity that I currently have, which I also was a big reason why I wanted to take a little bit of a break, because I don't want to niche myself ever again. And I made that clear to myself when I first started doing YouTube videos again. I was not going to niche myself ever again. I was not going to go into a niche, into one community, where I was going to be pigeonholed in that community, only to be destroyed by that community. I took a break because I just didn't want to do it anymore. I genuinely got to a point where, like I said, the idea of editing a YouTube video sent me into a panic spiral that I was just like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I can't. So I took a break. I did do one video that I promised myself I was going to do, and it kind of was important for me to do because I was spending money doing it, and we're still doing it. We're going to stop it this now in January here. We're going to be done with Every Plate, but we did start Every Plate to do a review, plus just to build like a really good kind of cookbook, which we now have, and we're going to stop it now. So, and actually see if it was actually saving us money or not. But anyway, I did manage to get that video out. I filmed an entire vlog of getting Irwin, and that will never see the light of day. I also did not do a convention video for the first time in a while. I did film some stuff at the convention, but definitely did not film a convention video. Again, I might just compile like lost footage, stuff that I never put up on the internet, with some context as to what they were for. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't even film really TikToks at the convention. I filmed a couple of TikToks at the convention, but nothing exciting, just because I wanted to actually just enjoy the convention, experience the convention, and not experience it through my camera, which I've done many times now. I've rarely done convention videos, but this was the first time I went to a convention as just an attendee and just enjoyed the convention. I stopped doing convention videos because I started staffing conventions and didn't have time to do convention videos. This was the first time I attended a convention without filming my experience as an attendee. So it was just really nice just to experience the convention as it was. And I enjoyed that. And I enjoyed this break that I've had from YouTube. But it's not like I just forgot all about YouTube and just didn't do it anymore. I have been formulating a new plan of what I want to do and what I want my YouTube channel to slowly evolve into. Which what I want to slowly evolve my YouTube channel into is living my life as a creative person. I want to talk about my writing. I want to talk about acting if I ever get back into it. I want to talk about directing. I want to do behind the scenes of movies that I make. I want to do all of these cool things, vlogs and stuff about my animals, and just, I want it to be a lifestyle channel. But not like the lifestyle channels that you come across, like makeup videos and try on hauls, which I will probably do some try on hauls as well, but I doubt it. I did it the one time and I enjoyed that, but I am definitely not educated enough or knowledgeable enough in fashion to be able to talk intelligently about it. So that's definitely not something I want to do. I want to still do weird kitchen and things like that, but I want to do less of this and more of going out and living my life. And even if it is like a sit down video where I talk, I want it to be about like, I am doing this cool thing that I wanted to sit down and talk about while I show you guys the vlog footage. I probably won't do the out in public talking anymore. I'll probably just take clips and then do something like this where I'll be like, so then I did this, and then show you the clips of what I did, kind of like what I did when I first came back to YouTube and did like the whole catch up of the time frame that I was not doing YouTube anymore, because of a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason was I didn't have anything to edit it with because my laptop died, and I finally got my desktop and was able to start doing that. But doing something like that, you know, I want to just go out and live my life. I don't want to do the videos I was doing. And I realized that a long time ago, because I started getting into my niche of doing anime and manga videos, had become basically just reviews, which got a lot of views and did really, really well. But I didn't enjoy doing them as much because, again, that wasn't the creative outlet that I was hoping to get. And then same thing here, as I started doing these Power Rangers videos and started building the community around Power Rangers. Mind you, I'm going to talk about Power Rangers still. I'll even talk about anime and manga still to an extent. I haven't watched anime in a really long time. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't want to niche myself to a specific community. And so if you're following me because of Power Rangers content, it'll still be here. I promise. That's never going away. What I didn't want to do was change my channel just completely into this idea that that's all I talked about was my YouTube. Sorry, I'm very distracted by the fact that my dog is falling asleep on the couch right now. This does not happen ever. Usually he has to be in his crate to rest. This is a new development in my life and I'm very excited about it. Anyway, I didn't want that to be the only thing I did. And I found myself only coming up with ideas for Power Rangers videos and focusing on Power Rangers videos and niching myself down again. And that filled me with a lot of anxiety, which is another reason I needed to take a break. Basically, I took a break because I was anxious, because YouTube made me have panic attacks, and that's not what I want. Plus the return on investment. Granted, I don't make money from my YouTube videos because they kicked me out of the partner program, but, and even the money I did make was very small, was a very small amount. However, when I talk about return on investment, I talk about my time and energy that I put into it. A YouTube video like this, depending on how long the raw of the video is, can take anywhere from a few hours to 8 hours to do, which would be to plan, film, edit, and upload. Like, it can take up to 8 hours for me, a full work day, to be able to put together an entire YouTube video, which is why I break it up. I film one day and then I edit another day and then I upload another day, to just kind of like break it up. But like, for example, things like the Turbo video I did, the Turbo Power Rangers Turbo video I did a while back, that was probably to this day the longest it's ever taken for me to ever edit, for me to ever put together a video, which was me rewatching Turbo, taking notes, filming the video, which that raw was, I think, 2 hours long, cutting that down, getting the clips that I needed, and editing all of that, which took me days to edit, and then rendering, which took, I think, a full 8 hours to render, and then uploading, which took forever, plus putting in proper SEO. And even if I could rejoin the partner program, I would never be able to make money off of that particular video because Toei is not going to let go of the fact that it's fair use, and they're still just taking money from that video, which is fine. It is what it is. The footage that they claimed wasn't even their footage. It was Power Rangers footage, but those two characters are still technically their property, so I guess. But it was fair use because it was definitely fair use. There is no question about that being fair use at all. But I have fought that a couple of times, and they're just not letting it go. So I've given up on that. So if I can have a frank conversation, and this might piss off a few people, and I understand that, because this is not a vanity thing. This is genuinely, like, I want to be a full-time creative. That's what I've always wanted to do in my life. For a long time, that meant I wanted to be an actor. Ever since college, that turned into I wanted to make movies, whether that means I am on the director's side, the writing side, the producing side, or the acting side. Then that turned into I just want to make something creative and make money off of it, make that my job. Right now, my priority is writing, you know, being an author, being a playwright, being a screenwriter. Those are my priorities right now. But still, I want to do those things. So when I talk about my view count, when I talk about my follower count, and how the discrepancy between the two is outstanding and upsetting, or how my YouTube channel is dying and I can't seem to get my footing back. I don't mean it from a vanity standpoint. I absolutely 100% mean it from the standpoint of this is literally what I want to do with my life. Not YouTube, but in order to be a full-time creative in today's world, a social media following is crucial. And that's the direction I'm coming from when I talk about this. So I want everybody to understand when I talk about this, I'm talking about it from the standpoint of, in order for me to actually live out this dream of mine, I need a social media following at the end of the day. When you spend a lot of time working on something that you're extremely proud of and you love a lot and you have a lot of passion for, and then you put it out there and it flops, and not because people don't like it, people that do watch my videos do like them, and I'm very thankful for that, but at the end of the day, my view count has been absolutely atrocious since coming back to YouTube, just in general. Sometimes I'll hit it big with a good video. Usually it's Power Rangers related, which is terrifying for me because, again, I don't want to niche down. And I think that was one of the reasons why I started niching down again, was because my view count when I did Power Rangers videos were a lot better than when I did something else. Something that I'm actually really passionate about, something I really enjoy. Again, I really enjoy Power Rangers, I'm really passionate about it, but at the end of the day, like that, again, I don't want to niche down. It's really disheartening when I put so much time and effort into something that gets 20 views. When it's crucial for me to have a social media following in order to market myself as an author, market myself as an actor, market myself in any creative way. And so I am trying to reevaluate how much of an effort I want to put into YouTube, because the return on investment of my time and energy is atrocious. If you can't afford to buy their stuff, the best way to help a creative person is to share their stuff. And I just don't feel that, really. And we're back. The puppy is actually in his crate now because he eats in his crate ever since he got neutered. He started eating in his crate. And because he had to basically be crated for 2 whole weeks, and ever since then he's just enjoyed eating in his crate, so he just eats in his crate. But also I had to crate him when I went upstairs to make and eat dinner, so it's post dinner, it's a few hours later. Anyway, so let's jump back into where we were. Luckily I remember. So the best way to help a creative is to share their stuff. It's the most cost-effective way as well. If you can't afford to buy what they're putting out, you can help by sharing what they're putting out. And the problem is I don't feel that support when it comes to YouTube. And I'm not yelling at anybody about it. And I know people are going to probably look at me as a whiny little bitch, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is a business thing more than it is a vanity thing. I really don't care about my follower count, but what I do care about is being able to market myself. And in order to do that, I have to be able to, have an algorithm like me. And right now the YouTube algorithm just doesn't like me. So I depend on sharing, and I share my own stuff everywhere I can. But I don't know, I guess my request, if you really care, and if you don't, that's great. I'm not sitting there being like, if you care, you're a good person. I don't care. If you care about helping me, I would really appreciate that by having that kind of support. That support where I put something out and it gets shared somewhere else. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, because like, even I understand that I sound like a whiny little bitch. But like I said, I mean, at this point, again, it's not a vanity thing. It's genuinely like a business thing. And I wish it wasn't like this. I wish it was as simple as I just put something out there and it sells. But it doesn't. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm reading too far into this and YouTube just isn't going to be a marketing platform for me. And that's fine. If YouTube is never a marketing platform and YouTube just gets to be for fun, then that it is what it is. And then I can decide from there at what extent I want to do YouTube. But at the end of the day, a return on investment is important to me, because it is time and energy. Time and energy that I could be putting toward doing something else creative that will make me money down the line. I think I've had this conversation on YouTube before, where I just need to reevaluate where I am and what I'm doing and the kind of content I'm putting out there. And who do I want to be? How do I want to build this brand of mine that I'm creating now on TikTok and as an author instead of as a geeky actor, you know? The geekiness will never go away. Obviously, like I said, that's never going to stop. I'm always going to be that geeky adult child that will always love things like Power Rangers and Pokemon and Digimon and Monster Rancher. But I'm also that person that wants to write smut. But I also want to be somebody who can write young adult stuff about sci-fi and fantasy, and I've got some great young adult stories, specifically just 2 series that I really want to do and put out there. And maybe you have no interest in the contemporary romance stuff, and that's perfectly fine. It's a problem with my YouTube channel, because when I did anime stuff, I mostly talked about shonen or seinen, and when I stopped talking about anime, I started talking about Power Rangers. And so a good portion of my following here on YouTube are men who I'm guessing don't have a huge interest. I mean, I could be completely wrong and just stereotyping everybody, but I'm pretty sure you don't have a huge interest in contemporary romance. But like I said, I mean, there's gonna be more out there than just that. So I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna be along for the ride, great. If you're not, I completely understand. I actually played with the idea of just starting over completely, starting a brand new YouTube channel and just starting over completely. But the thing is, there's a lot of things on this YouTube channel that I'm very proud of that I made. And I don't want to necessarily start over, even though I technically guess I am. I mean, just even taking, the 6 months off that I took off, like, aside from shorts for a while. It's already going to kill my channel, and I understand that, and I respect that. But still, I mean, I want to start putting stuff out there that makes me feel fulfilled and makes me feel like I'm putting stuff out there for me and not for a community, if that makes sense. And so that's where I'm kind of at right now, with where I am and how I feel about my YouTube channel and the content I put out here. So what does the future look like is the bigger question. Like, what's next? Now that I've kind of taken time off and taken time to just focus on other creative endeavors, what's next? Well, not weekly videos. Like I said a little bit earlier on in this video, weekly videos are just not sustainable for where I am in life right now. You know, working 40 to 50 hours a week, and wanting to put more time toward other things like writing, and honestly, revising a novel is a lot of work. And so I decided to put my creative efforts elsewhere for a little while. Now that I've kind of got this itch to start doing this again, I wanted to really evaluate what I think would be sustainable for me. And what I think is sustainable for me is maybe a monthly video. I'm not going to guarantee there will be monthly videos, at first, but that's what I'm going to work towards, as well as monthly live streams. My hope and desire is that these live streams will be mostly just talking about my creative endeavors, where I am holding me accountable. But obviously, if you want to join and ask me questions about like my opinions on stuff, feel free. But I do want to start doing monthly live streams and monthly produced videos, possibly 2 a month if I do something fun and I just want to share it with you, like a convention or a trip or something. But probably a trip I'll fit into the monthly schedule somewhere. But I don't want to just be 2 things a month. So since I am consistently posting on TikTok every day, even though a good portion of my TikToks are over 15 seconds, I will try to curate 15-second content that I can reuse all over my social medias. So TikTok, shorts here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, if Twitter is still a thing. Yikes. One of my favorite social media platforms, even though it was toxic as hell, or is toxic as hell. But I just love shit posting on Twitter. Half the stuff I put on Twitter is all just me being like, I feel like just posting a thing. So I don't know. That's what I'm kind of hoping to do, is do shorts every day if I can, and do monthly live streams and monthly videos. My videos will still remain on Thursdays as always. Sometimes they'll just be a vlog of my daily life, which is boring, and sometimes it will be a talking head video. Sometimes it will be a combination of things, of me just talking about my creative endeavors. I don't know entirely what the future looks like right now, but all I do know is YouTube is going to take a serious backseat since I don't get the return on investment. If I can get more of a return on investment, then I would try my hardest to make more time. But right now, I mean, even as it is, the people that I met doing YouTube, none of them really make YouTube videos anymore. And YouTube just isn't what it used to be for me in general. It used to be a fun little community that I enjoy being a part of, and now it's become work, and I never wanted it to be work. I always wanted it to be fun and simple. Like, I think back to when I first started doing my daily vlogs in 2010, where I just got on my dad's webcam and just started making stupid videos and editing them, like spending 5 minutes talking and then editing that, rendering it and throwing it up. And it was a lot of fun. And now it's like, I have to get the lighting right, and I have to get the framing right, and I have to get this expensive camera with an expensive microphone, and I have to have the best editing software and the best, editing techniques of like zooming in and using weird effects and all that stuff. And mind you, it's all fun to do, and I like the look of those kinds of videos, but I don't know. I guess maybe I'm disillusioned now. Like I said, it's just become work, and I never wanted YouTube to be work. So I'm going to try and have more fun with it and try to do things, like I said, that I'm proud of and excited to do versus doing it for a community. So like I said, if you're here to stick around, I'm happy for that. I'm glad for that. But if you're not willing to let my channel change with my personality and my desires, then thank you for being here for a portion of that, and I hope you find entertainment that fits your needs. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about all of it, and I'll see you all next time. If you guys want to see last week's video, you guys can click right here. If you want to see whatever the algorithm thinks is best for you on my channel, click here to subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell for notifications. I hope you stick around for this new adventure that I'm about to go on with a new direction that I'm taking my channel. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.